Now, last year on Mother's Day, Jade Goody sadly passed away following her battle with cervical cancer, and her sons are set to mark that anniversary by lighting an eternal flame to be placed on her memorial stone. Her mother, Jackie, has said her memorial service, to be held on March 21st, will be a day to remember Jade in a nice way, her laughter and her love. But in what ways do we remember those that we've lost as the years have gone by, Sherrie?
Well, my dad died quite some time ago now, but I have his ashes with me, and I just can't, you know, you suppose I was going to send them up to where his mother died, but I just can't. I can't send him. I have to keep him with me. But you know, the way I remember my dad, most of all, is we talk about him all the time. And you know what? We laugh so much when I think of all the things we used to do together, and my daughter loved him. I just wish he'd seen my grandson, but anyway. And it's just, I think, never be afraid of talking about somebody who's gone, because you shouldn't be, because I always feel him
alive,
around me, you know. I always think he's with me. I often will sit there and go, Dad, listen, I've just got this thing, can you just help me? And I know he's listening, and it's a bit kind of, you know, too much, but I just loved him so much, and I just know he's there, and I keep him alive by remembering.
Yeah, and you know, you said that Oliver, you wish that Oliver had known him.
Yes, I do.
He will feel like he knew him if you... Because Paul has lost two members of his family when they were quite young, and we talk about them all the time. We don't have, like, an annual thing. We just talk about them and we say, oh, she would have had this, and this was hers, and you can have it now, Bo. So Bo feels very much like she knows Paul's sister, who passed when she was 36, very young, of cervical cancer. But we keep her very much alive by sharing and talking. And now my daughter has a really well-defined idea of what kind of person she was, and feels very strongly that she knows her.
You have to remember the funny times, don't you? I mean, my dad always liked a pint, always. And when we're at my brother's pub, you know, the first thing we'll do is, if a pint comes, I'll go, come on, Dad, you can have one as well, you know. And I just... and then people think, oh, God, she's gone mad. But I have to talk to him. I have to know.
It makes sense to keep them with you at all times.
Yeah. I mean, we've got... My Auntie Cynthia, my dad's sister, died when she was far too young with bowel cancer, and she was such a special person in mine and my sister's life. And so we've tried to bring the kids up with a little sense of Auntie Cynthia, do you know what I mean? Because it's somebody that... I mean, Matthew was tiny when she died, so he has no memory, but it's somebody like your dad I would have loved them to know. And sadly, Tim's parents passed away. I never even met them, and he loved them so desperately. So it's not like every single year we don't say... He doesn't say, you know, oh, they died on this day type of thing. It's more like on their birthdays, actually. He'll say, oh, this would have been... They would have been so much of an age. But I hope that the boys... do have a sort of idea of, you know, because Tim loved them so much.
However it works for you as well. I mean, if you want to go to a grave or something like that, and that's the thing that helps you focus on and makes you think and have time with that person in your mind.
Maybe light a candle in the church.
Yeah, and it's also our legacy to people that we lost. Tim's best friend, Ronnie / Sammy Johnson, played Stick in Spender. I was in a series called Spender with Jimmy Nail years ago, and he was sort of like the sort of lovable rogue. And he died when he was only 49. And Tim was just absolutely devastated. So he set up the Sammy Johnson Foundation, which helps kids from a sort of the same background, sort of working-class background as Sammy was, to sort of get a start in this industry, and not in this industry, but, you know, people want to go to drama school, they can get a leg up.
So his name lives on?
So his name lives on, and we work... for patrons of the Gem Appeal. A friend of mine had two little boys, Mikey and Simon, who both had Hunter syndrome, so they rarely lived past their 16th birthday, so they both died when they were 12. And it's just so... It's so horrible and so tragic, but now we have this amazing charity that's just raised over £1 million, and to keep, you know, so that they didn't die in vain almost. So it's just, you know, that sort of thing.
And I think as well, just on a sort of more normal level, you know, my granny, who I really loved and was very close to, I remember her December the 3rd every year. That was her birthday. I mean, I was there with her, touching her when she died. Our whole family was there, and it was actually quite a beautiful moment, which sounds a bit odd, but because we were all there with her, I don't necessarily remember her. I do know the date, it's in my head, of when she died, but I like to remember her on her birthday. And it's like you're saying, I think of funny, cheeky things that she used to do. And I mean, she was always, she always used to say she had $1 million legs, and then right up until she was just below 80, just before she died, and she could still touch her toes. And that was what she was really proud of. So we, you know, we still have a little giggle about that. And I think, yeah, you don't have to necessarily do anything big or loud, but just quietly to yourself. Yeah, that's for you, Nana.